So, I'm going to go into some more bands that influenced the whole 90s music revolution, I guess you'd call it, you know, and continues to this day to influence music of all types. You know, a lot of the albums I'm going to show you are not specifically going to be influencing other punk bands, but you can influence bands that play, you know, indie or whatever. I mean, sometimes I play really mellow stuff, but my favorite music sometimes is like listening to hardcore. So, if you understand that. Alright, so we're going to go through some more records. Okay, Decontrol. This was a band from Boston. I think they still play once in a while. This one is the full length. Great album. Now this album right here, Get It Away by Decontrol, is my favorite. It was their second EP. So these guys are out of Boston, and if you've never heard of Decontrol, you can probably find this on YouTube. Get It Away, and then listen to that one. But this one is my favorite, I think. Now, if you don't know this band for punk rock, please listen to this album. This album is absolutely one of my very favorites. The Adolescents. They were an LA punk band. They still are. They probably, with most of the original lineup, I mean, they've been playing for a long time. I love these guys. One of my favorite records, one of my favorite all-time bands. When they started, I mean, these guys are all like, shit, man, 15, 16, 17 years old. This album is amazing. Listen to it if you don't know it. Early Plasmatics, actually a very big influence on so many musicians. Absolutely. I mean, they were early on, you know, early on in the era of punk rock. We'll go through a few more here, see what I got. And this is like all my favorite records. This album right here, for all you drummers out there, listen to Jerry's Kids, Is This My World? Not just drummers, but I'll tell you what, this album right here is absolutely ripping. And it's super fast, but the songs are killer. There's a couple slower songs on here that, you know, I know Buzz loved this album. He loves this album, no doubt about it. There's a couple slower songs. You'll see when you listen to it, it'll remind you of early Melvins. A song called Lost, I'm Lost, and Raise the Curtain. But this album is so good, you guys. Great album right there. Kreuzen. This is the second album. The first album, titled, there's like kind of it looks a little bit like this, but there's a dinosaur. I have it in here. I'll have to show you guys. Early Kreuzen is, you know, and the 7-inch, Cows and Beer, amazing band. So yeah, I mean, all this stuff still influence songwriters. You know, all the hardcore bands that came out in the 90s, and, you know, just keep going back. There's so much I can share with you of this type of stuff. So I had some people ask me about this, but I think about you know, bands that influenced Nirvana, Kurt, Mel, you know, the whole thing. So I thought I'd make some videos on this. So yeah, I have a lot of good punk rock to share. Thanks.